Hello, Barca fans. We are witnessing something special. After years of searching for our identity, Hansi Flick has turned this team into a relentless machine. A 3-0 master class against Mallorca, a historic milestone for our legendary number 9, a Copa del Rey draw that just set the football world on fire. But today isn't just a simple recap. We're going a little bit deeper. We're talking about the tactical shift that allowed Mark Bernal to dominate, and the Lamine Yamal factor that has the world comparing him to a certain type of goat. Also, why Real Madrid injury crisis might have handed us the title in a silver platter. I am your boy Pedro, and I also go by Orrutio on Instagram and TikTok. And this is your home for everything Barcelona. If you love the club, do me a favor and hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get into the breakdown of the most exciting things that happened this weekend. Let me set the scene. Match day at Spotify Camp. No, Mallorca came in with a defensive mindset, 5 at the back, trying to suffocate our creativity. For 30 minutes, it did work, but this isn't Xavi's Barcelona. This is Flick's Barca. We don't just pass for the sake of passing, we probe with purpose. Robert Lewandowski, what else can we say? The ball falls to Rashford, which he takes a shot, the ball rebounds, and who's there? Well, the man with the golden touch. This goal is massive because it doesn't just break the deadlock, the 0-0, but it's also Lewandowski's officially entry into the top 15 scorers on our club. He overtakes legends at this age. He still has this predator instinct, in the box that is incredible. He's not just a striker, he is definitely a mentor for our youth for the past some time now. But if you blink during the game, you may have missed it. Lamine Yamal, 5 goals in the last 5 games. This goal against Mallorca was crazy. It was almost a joke. He cuts inside from the right. He knows exactly what he wants to do. The defender knows what he wants to do, but you cannot simply stop him. He used his low center of gravity and freeze the fullback. The strike was a laser. But here comes the crazy part. He's doing this with the composure of a 30-year-old man. We need to have a serious conversation here in the comments because I want to ask you, who is currently the best winger in the world right now? Better than Vinicius, or maybe even better than Mo Salah? Remember that Kylian Mbappe, he is more of a striker. Now let's talk about the heart of the team and the other things that came into play in this game. One of those is Marc Bernal. At 18 years old, he played like a seasoned veteran. Did you get to see that solo goal dribbling through 2 players in the box? That's the type of confidence that you cannot buy. Also, let's not forget Tommy Marquez, another debut for this Flick in this Flick era. He doesn't care about this price tag Flick. He cares about the talent. Seeing Marquez to getting his first minutes alongside Bernal and Casado, it feels like 2009 all over again. This chemistry between the kids who grew up together at La Masia is something special and something that PSG or Man City can buy. This is, I think more than 10th players that Hansi Flick has made debut from La Masia to the senior team. Meanwhile, in in Madrid, the big team, Real Madrid, is struggling. They beat Valencia 2-0, but they honestly, they look exhausted. The injury list is a mile long for them, and they are only 1 point behind us. But they are playing survival football. You can just see it's pretty sad. But the other team that is very important for us to take a look at is Atletico Madrid, because they are our rival for the semifinals for the Copa del Rey. This is going to be a war. If you remember last year, that 4-4 game was one of the best games of the season, but this year we come in as favorites. Atletico Madrid coach Diego Simeone held himself responsible for the recent 0-1 defeat to Real Betis in La Liga on Sunday as he addressed the media post-match. The Colchoneros entered the game in great form. This next game's to to play against us this upcoming Thursday, having scored 5 goals past Real Betis, before losing to Real Betis 1-0 this weekend. In the Copa del Rey, they beat them 5-0 in the quarterfinals. Needless to say, their heading was not there for that second game at home. Indeed, the player in question here is Adeloma Lookman, who signed for them just days ago and made his debut against Real Betis. The 35 million signing that could have, he could not have asked for a better start under his new life under Diego Simeone. He already has racked up 1 goal and 1 assist on that very debut. Has confirmed by some reports in Diario Sport, Lookman has been linked to Barcelona and could have been a Blaugrana, a few years ago. Since 2024, there were constant contacts between, Lookman and the office, with both parties appreciating a chance to work together. Lookman in particular loved the idea on playing for Barcelona. Deco witnessed the player live in a few occasions, and there was a chance of signing him in 2024. At this time, however, Barcelona promised the signing of Dani Olmo and eventually passed up on Lookman, has the hope to land Nico Williams. We know what happened with Nico Williams in last summer. The option came up again, but it was kind of impossible to get Lookman at that time. Now, see how how before Atlanta held tight to him, it was really difficult. Remember that Barcelona signed Marcus Rashford on loan and pretty much use all that money they have on the leeway. Given that Atalanta rejected a 45 million offer from Inter Milan in the same window, it is safe to say that Barcelona could have never landed the player during that summer, regardless of a strong relationship with his agency, which also represents Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Now, Barcelona will come face to face with Lookman at the first leg of the Copa del Rey semifinals against Real Madrid. Guys, before I go, I want to say thank you so much. This community keeps growing. Make sure you subscribe so I can bring you more videos of Barca. Let's see if there's any lingering hurt players after the day after our match against Mallorca. I'll see you soon. And listen, the elections for Barcelona are brewing up. We know that Joan Laporta is going to be a candidate, and it seems like Victor Font will be a candidate once again, which he has some comments saying that if he will be the president of Barcelona in the near future, Flick will stay, but Deco will go. We'll see how this happens. I don't have a vote. I wish I had a vote, but we'll see what happens. I will go ahead and update you for about anything that happens in regard of this. Until next time, Pisca Barça.